is a sad day for African football. It is also a sad day for the continent of Africa. It is over 15 hours that the Super Eagles of Nigeria has been held in Libya airport. The Super Eagles traveled to go and play the African qualifier game, African Nations Cup qualifiers game in Libya, in Benghazi. They traveled from Nigeria, hired a jet to drop them off at Benghazi airport. But what happened? While they were on air, their plane was diverted to Abrak airport, a cargo airport. In fact, it is even being mentioned that it is an abandoned airport. And guess what? They've been held. As at the time of this recording, they've been held for over 15 hours without any form of information from the Libyan authorities to say the reasons for this delay. It is barely 1 day left for Nigeria to play their game, but they have been held by the Libyan authorities. Is this the way forward for Africa? Now, there are reports coming. It is also good to note that reports from the Libyan authorities saying that Nigeria, or the NFF, as in Nigeria, I'll call it the bodies that be, held their players and delayed them when they came to play the first leg of this encounter. Now, the report says it's good to go back so that we can understand what is happening. The report says that the Libyan team came to Nigeria. They planned to be in Nigeria on Monday. I'm talking about last week, Monday. Mind you, the first leg has been played. It was played on Friday. Now, they made their contact to NFF, telling them that they will land in Uyo. Uyo is the same city where the airport is and where the stadium is. So they were supposed to land in Uyo, and preparations were made on Monday. But then on their own, they cancelled traveling to Nigeria, Uyo on Monday. And they left on Tuesday. 1 hour into the flight, they called the NFF personnel that they will be landing in Port Harcourt. And they were like, why are we going to land in Port Harcourt? Why are you landing in Port Harcourt where the match is holding in Uyo and Uyo has an airport? And there was no reason to that. Remember, it is a duty of the federation of the country to provide logistics, and they have already made plans for buses to go and get them from the airport in Uyo. But what happened? The NFF also started making urgent plans to get them a vehicle from Port Harcourt to Uyo. Port Harcourt to Uyo is technically about 2 hours journey. It might, if the road is not good or maybe traffic, it might take 2-3 hours. But then NFF made plans to get them from the Port Harcourt airport to Uyo. And guess what? They sent a representative that went to Port Harcourt. I mean Libya, the Libya Federation sent a representative that went to Port Harcourt, hired private vehicles that had no air condition, that took them to Uyo. So that is the story from the NFF. So it is good that if we hear from the right, we get the other story from the left. But then, personally, I want CAF to also investigate from the part of Nigeria. Because at the end of the day, I want justice. 15 hours for players to be waiting, no beds, no food, not even an iota of word from the authorities to say that, okay, this is the reason why these players are being held. And mind you, the troubling part of all this is that the international community are watching. Is this the way we want to represent ourselves as Africans? Is this the way to go? Now, a statement has been released from the NFF that the players do not want to play the game again, that they have cancelled. But am I on my own part? I don't know the rules, but it's personally I also understand. I understand the pains of the players, but also I'm a man of law. I would have wanted CAF to also make a statement. CAF on their own have been quiet. I hope by the time this video comes out, CAF should have at least made a statement. Let us know where we are heading to. The players are already tired. The game is tomorrow. It's not even, it could have been better that this is happening 3 days to the game. And mind you, these players also need to come back to Nigeria first before going to their various clubs, mostly in Europe, and they have games by the weekend. So this is a difficult situation right now. This is not good for African football. And I need to make this point. I'm not trying to be segregative. If you guys know this channel, we're about African football and we are not biased about anything African football. But I want to make this statement. CAF needs to come in. CAF, not just about Libya. My issue, if you've been watching our videos, I am not happy with the North Africans. Victor, I am not happy with the North Africans, the way they play this game, the way they organize this game. My major issue too about Northern Africans is many a times they frustrate. They use these delay tactics on other sides. In fact, when it comes to football, they use different kinds of delay tactics to suppress the players before the game. What about in situations whereby the games are going on and they be using laser lights on players and FIFA will do nothing about it? So please, this should be the starting point to discipline. Even if you are North African, you're West African, you're East African, you're South African, everybody needs to be on check. CAF, it is your call. It is not my call. It is not the call of enthusiastic and passionate players out there. Justice needs to be served.